What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be focused on a posterior chain leg day from the Strength and Performance program. So we're going to break it down exercise by exercise, why it's in the program, and what we're focused on through each move. Let's get it. So I start every strength session off with full body CARS. CARS stands for Controlled Articular Rotation. It's the practice of isolating one joint at a time and taking through its full range of motion. We're going to do 3 reps in each direction on every joint. So we'll go through the neck, then we'll do scapula, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, ankle, and spine. So it takes me about 7 to 10 minutes to get through this full thing. And I like to start every session with full body CARS because it's like a self-diagnosis of how the body's feeling every day. So we're gonna get it. After full body CARS, we're gonna go into plyometrics, focused on 2-legged pogos, 1-leg pogos, and then an isometric lunge pogo. We're gonna do between 20 and 40 seconds on each of those 3, 1 round through. Here we go. Following our pogos, we've got 90-90 hip internal and external rotation, PAILs and rails. PAILs stands for progressive angular isometric loading. Rails is regressive angular isometric loading. So PAILs and rails is a 2-stage isometric at your end range of rotation. So this front leg here is an external rotation. So femur is rotating away from midline. PAILs, I'm gonna try and push the pinky edge side of my foot and exit hip external rotation. So as if I'm trying to sweep the foot through the ground. So driving in, we're gonna go from 0, ramping up to 100%. Once we get 100%, you're gonna hold that there for 10 seconds. Then you're gonna immediately transition into rails, where you're then gonna try and squeeze further into external rotation. So the foot will slightly lift, but you should be right at end range. So can't lift much. And then we're gonna squeeze off for 10 seconds, trying not to rock the body too much. Okay, so it starts off with the 2-minute stretch, scanning for the tightest area. Then we go into the PAILs and rails. Here we go, hip external rotation. I'm gonna take my hand. I like to grab the outside of the foot. So I'm working left leg. I'm gonna take the right hand, start to drive down, and I'm pulling up on the foot to intensify that stretch and that activation. 60%, 70%, 80%, 90, and max effort. You should feel all on the outside of the glute there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 3 seconds. I'm gonna try and lift the foot. Rails now, squeezing. You should feel it all in this inner thigh area. 8, 7, 6. Notice how my body didn't move. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. You feel it kind of settling into that left hip socket, really softening and giving some more range there. Now we're gonna go on the back side here. Hip internal rotation. I'm gonna take my butt. I'm gonna sit that back, trying to rotate the pelvis around the head of the femur. So head of the femur comes into the hip socket, we rotate around, sitting into that stretch. PAILs, I'm gonna push the inside of my foot down into the ground. Rails, I'll be trying to lift up. You see how I wanted to rock forward there? Try and restrict that as much as you can. You can bring this front leg in too. Here it is. PAILs, 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, max effort. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, squeezing off rails. Try and keep the butt down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Awesome. And then we'll switch sides. So I like to use a isometric transition or isometric movement path transition. Outside knee or front leg holds down. We're gonna push into this foot, open out as wide as you can, and then you're gonna pull the back leg up with this leading leg here. So driving, keeping as far forward as you can. You can put the hands behind you. This back leg will land, and then we switch sides, and we'll repeat all of that now on the other side. That way both hips get both of the inputs. Our last PAILs and rails effort is long lever hip flexion. So long lever is a straight leg. We're focusing on primarily the hamstring tissue here. So I'm gonna hinge forward as far as I can, soft bend in the knee about 10 to 15 degrees. You can scan through rotation. We're gonna hang out here 2 minutes looking for the tightest area. We've got deadlifts and Jefferson curls on the menu today. So really wanna address and stimulate that end range of hamstring tissue to get it primed and ready to go. So when we do pails will be digging heel down into the bench. Rails will lock the knee out, keeping the back straight, and we're gonna attempt to hover. Here we go, let's get it. Ramping into pails, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, digging heel into that bench, really feeling hamstring here. Max effort, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, bracing core, pulling belly button forward, pushing into sticks, lock the knee, and hover, feel that quad, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, rest. Awesome, and switching sides, same thing, other side. Following the pails and rails, we're gonna stimulate the joint at maximum effort with side lying weighted hip cars. I've got my yoga block for my head, I've got an anchor for my hand, and I've got 10 pounds on my foot. We're gonna shoot for 8 reps. Let's see if I can get there. Make sure when you're doing weighted hip cars that you're focusing on still pushing that end range. We don't wanna reduce the range of motion on the hip when adding weight, so only do the amount of weight that you can still get that full range of motion. Here we go. So we're doing a half car. I'm gonna start from here. I'm gonna open up in control, pushing the front of the hip forward. I'm gonna rotate slowly, cores engaged, try not to arch the back. Push the leg back, squeeze the knee down. That is the finish. We open up, push back, slowly circle around, get our external rotation. That is end of rep 1. Slowly working through, squeezing inside a knee down, pushing foot back, really trying not to rotate through the torso at all. Open up, feel that side glute, circling around, that's 2. 8 is gonna be intense. And there we have it, 8 reps, switching sides. That is one thing that you won't see in a lot of other strength programs that we really emphasize in this program is training and stimulating the joint at its maximum capacity. So that's max effort and max range. Super important for the longevity and the health of the joint. So if you're not doing those, try adding them in. Now we're supersetting lumbar spine segmentation and deadlifts. So I love this combination because it works both focuses on the spine, both segmentation and anti-segmentation or anti-flexion. So I'm gonna start here, we're gonna get 5 full reps. I'm gonna start each of the reps from the pelvis. So I'm gonna get in that full flexion position, abs are sucking in, push the hips back, moving up the spine nice and slowly, segmenting piece by piece, and we're gonna transition into that full extension, starting in the pelvis again, tucking pelvis, abs sucking in, moving through that spine, feeling that movement happening in as many segments or vertebrae as possible. We've got 3 working sets of the deadlift, 1 round at 8 reps. I'm gonna be at 225, and then 2 rounds at 5 reps. I'm gonna be at 275. That is the max weights we have in the basement, so that is what I'm tearing up to. 8 reps, here we go. In between each set, 5 more reps of segmentation. Here's our first round of heavy set of 5, 275. After the 3 rounds of deadlifts and segmentations, we're now going into Jefferson curls and rotational segmentation sit-ups. So Jefferson curl, I'm gonna use a barbell and hold it in the Zercher position in the elbows so that I can get full range of motion. We're looking for 6 reps. We got 3 rounds of 6 reps, accompanied with those sit-ups. So I'm gonna slip those elbows underneath, deep squat here, bracing the core, standing up, and then we're rolling forward, abs sucking in, rounding the upper back first, keeping the core really engaged all the way down, feel that stretch, and then pulling back up and standing. We got 6, that's 1. For a rotational segmentation setup, we are combining segmenting the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, with as much rotation as we can get. So we're slow, piece by piece, we go waistband, lower back, mid back, shoulder blades, and we unwind. We go 3 to each side, 6 total. Segmenting up, pulling shoulder blades off. Once the shoulder blades pull off, we rotate. Keep segmenting, pulling yourself into that full flexion. Let's get it. After those Jefferson curls and rotational sit-ups, we've got kickstand deadlifts or split deadlifts and kettlebell cleans. So for the split deadlifts, I'm gonna go 50 pounds in each hand. We've got 5 reps on each leg. I've got my weights here. I'm gonna put 1 foot back up on this box. I've got about 80 to 90% of the weight in this front left foot, and that's the hamstring we're focused on for the deadlift. Soft bend of the knee, abs engaged. We're gonna hinge down. Feel that stretch of the hamstring, butt goes far back. Pull yourself up using that hamstring, core is engaged. Backing up those split deadlifts with a kettlebell clean. You've got 2 options here. Pull it straight off the ground from a dead stop clean. Looks like this, right here. Drive through the feet, big pull of the hands, flip under, catch and rack position. Right back down. Or you can turn it into a swing and clean, which is my favorite. Looks like this. 12 a hand, it'd be 24 swings and cleans total. Right here, let's get it. All right, y'all, we have made it to the core finisher. We've got 3 exercises. We're going for 3 rounds, 4 times. So this is a speed-focused block here, but we want form to be the top priority. We've got 40 plank shoulder taps in the plank position, tapping shoulders, 10 side plank rotation, and 10 kettlebell swings. I'll call out each one of my times for each round. Here we go, 40 plank shoulder taps. Minute 14 seconds on the first round. Here we go. A minute 24. Whew. Total time, 4 minutes, 3 seconds. Whew. Thanks for tagging along with me through my lower body posterior chain workout. If you guys have any questions, want to see other things, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you want more of on the channel, and I'll be sure to give it to y'all. See ya.